are at sea, the Mediterranean Sea to be specific, somewhere about a quarter of the way between Corsica and Palma. Today is a sea day, and we have a few interesting game shows on the ship to check out. But before we get started with our day, I was thinking this morning as I was kind of laying in bed, considering whether or not to go get breakfast in the main dining room or in the buffet, that I hadn't really shown you guys what it's like to experience room service on the ship. And I get room service included with part of my internet package. So I thought, why not? Let's do a room service day for breakfast and kind of check out that experience and see what it's like so I could show you guys. So it's basically the same food you'd get in the main dining room or in the buffet. The buffet may have a few more options, but they're on their way. We're going to get some room service, have some breakfast in the room, maybe watch a show on the iPad, and relax until the games start today. So we have a couple of interesting ones, and then we'll see what we get into later on. I know we have some dinner. We'll go see some live music. The last sea day is always the day where you feel like you got to get everything fit in and connect with the other passengers that you've met and stuff like that. So let's get this day started with some brekkie, and then we'll go from there, guys. Day 10.
Like at the beginning of 2000, now there are other ships longer. We are considered medium-sized cruise ships nowadays, but still I was officer over there and I was captain on ocean-going tugboats, rescue tugboats. Of course, captain and staff captain, it's compulsory to have the captain's license, the master's license, unlimited license, and this is for the best as well. In other words, I have to update this photo every cruise. Because let's say next cruise, I will be missing from the photo. This is the end of my contract. I'm about to go on vacation traffic. And also the visibility is good. So that we call it green condition. If later on the visibility will deteriorate, or we get more traffic, or we are near the land, we have to switch to yellow. Most of the arrivals and departures are happening during his shift. So in the morning, he has to do the arrival checklist, he has to communicate with the pilot station, the vessel tracking system for the latest update regarding the traffic, pull out the weather reports, ask the pilot station about the officers, they know where I am, and of course, in case needed, they know where to find me, but they have the power and authorization from my side as a captain, in case they have traffic and they have to take the ship out of course, they can do it. They can do it with autopilot, they can engage hand steering, alter course for 588 horsepower. We have forward for the maneuver. At the back, I have now the azipods. What is an azipod now? And what is the difference between azipoded ship and conventional type of vessel? The conventional ships, they used to have one axe connecting with the propeller, so we can do hand steering from here. Many times when I approach the port, I do hand steering with the mini wheel. I'm being seated to my seat and I alter course with the mini wheel. Here I have, we call it lever.
So just kind of been walking around today, checking out some of the activities. And you guys have seen those activities. I love the giant beer pong situation. That was kind of interesting. Right now I'm headed back towards the aft of the ship. I'm going to sneak into the Oceanview Cafe, which is their buffet here. Grab a little lunch because I haven't had many meals in here, and I definitely haven't had lunch in here. So I'm going to grab a little lunch and check back in a second. I wanted to tell you guys a couple of really interesting things that I learned at that captain's talk. And while I'm sitting out here and after the shift, there's this great little restaurant. It's not a restaurant, sitting area behind the buffet, which, by the way, was absolutely chaotic today. I remember now why I don't love to go to the buffet on the sea days, because it is, I mean, like the 70-year-old ladies are like, I have not eaten in 6 hours, give me food. Rah. Nonetheless, a couple of interesting facts. So, number one, they have something in the bridge called a dead man's alarm. So every 2 minutes it goes off, and if they don't hit a button resetting the alarm, after a certain amount of time, then it starts going off in the captain's quarters. And then after a certain amount of time, if the captain doesn't turn it off, or I guess he has to go to the bridge and turn it off, and then it starts going off in some of the other bridge crew's quarters. So there's like redundancy, Department of Redundancy kind of thing. So I just found that kind of interesting. A couple of other interesting notes. I got to pull up my little notes here because I did not dedicate this all to memory. Each propeller has 26,000 horsepower. The back of the ship. That's bonkers, right? I mean, I can't do the math on how many cars that is, but they're very, very powerful propellers, clearly. Another interesting fact, well, I mean, I guess it's how they navigate. The most obvious, there's 3 ways, the most obvious being GPS. Everything's computerized these days. They don't use any paper for any navigation. It's almost a paperless bridge at this point. They use terrestrial navigation, so like landmarks that are firmly planted, so like obviously not a buoy, but like a rock formation that you know is going to be there, or a building. And then they don't really use this anymore, but celestial navigation in an emergency situation where that's all you have. But the captain said really basically it's not something that's commonly used. And I think the last interesting fact that I learned, and there's a bunch, like a lot of really cool, like learning about a cruise ship is kind of fun. And I don't really go to those talks, but I'm glad I did today because I wanted to experience it and have some cool stuff to share with you guys. But during COVID, all of the ships were never fully turned off. So for example, on every single ship, or at least all of the celebrity and oil ships, they were still running like the AC throughout the ships, maybe not as much, like as high powered as normal, but they had to run it because if not, you get mold and smell and musty stuff in all the rooms. So for the whole time that the ships were only occupied with like 70 people, crew just maintaining the ships parked out in the ocean, certain systems like the AC were running the whole time. So there you guys go. There's some interesting facts that I learned to share with you. And I'm going to sit out here at the bar in the back of the ship, have some fried chicken and a couple of other yummy things. I think after this, there's a crew versus passenger bow and arrow kind of a thing, like safe bow and arrow, not like their little cushy ones. So I thought maybe we'd go check that out next.
Got a lot of time, don't wanna let it slide, about to get and see it like such a nice summer of July.
just a game for you, but it's the lifestyle for them. So be prepared. It's going to be a very serious competition. And of course, today we're joined by the half of the celebrity activities team. My name is Mariana. We've got Gigi, Yasser, and Sebastian right over there. And of course, our competitive officers. We have Sarah, our cruise director, stretch it up. We've got Martin, our IT specialist. Of course, we have Danica, our hotel admin, and the revenue marketing director, David, right over there. So what's gonna happen? We have right now the two models showing us what to do and what not to do. This is
Welcome back to the main dining room for night 10. Tonight, for a lot of folks, is the fancy dress night, dress your best night, elegant night. They have a whole bunch of different names for it. Everybody looks great, seeing some gentlemen in their tuxedos, some suits, some lovely dresses on the ladies, but it's also lobster or filet mignon night in the dining room. So there's a lot of exciting, fun stuff on the menu. Gonna eat a little dinner and then try to enjoy the last real full night on the ship. I mean, tomorrow's a full night because we don't come into port till the next day, but a lot of people are packing. The ship's a little bit more calm. So tonight's really kind of the night I think that everybody's gonna go a little crazy and have some fun. And it's always enjoyable to be a fly on the wall as part of the action. But let's have some dinner, enjoy some food, and get into some stuff after dinner. We are back in the theater. We've decided to go see Cheaza do her show tonight. We weren't planning on doing it. We're going to just go see some live music and relax until the game show later on. But decided to come in here and see her because I enjoyed her show so much. So we're going to sit in here and enjoy the show tonight. And then we've got the Liars Club, or I think it's called Liars Club, game show at 10:15 after this. So let's enjoy some tunes, huh?
How is everybody feeling tonight? Come on, make some noise! This is my last show, y'all. My last show. I want everybody to put their hands together like this. Come on. I want you to tear the house down. Come on. Sit yourself down and take a seat. All you gotta do is repeat after me. Sing it, you guys. Who knows this? Come on. 1, 2, 3, yeah! full of y'all. Look, see, he know how to keep it together. You deny everything, and they got the money. What's your name?
Joey.
Come here. I need to borrow you for something. Come here, give my hand. Come here. What's your research? Tell me again.
Spinal.
Just wanted you. And I learned how to get love. Is that the second one? Ow! Come on, y'all. We about to do this dance. Here we go. Watch, watch. Give me a tip from my space. Hey! I just walked in and I head with that side from the marketplace. Should've changed my stupid life. Should've made it a later date. If I had known for just 1 second, you'd be next to bother me. You know this song. You know what? Get on up and do that dance. Do what you do. Come on. Hey, shake it in your seat. Shake it in your seat. Hey, come on, baby. Put that spotlight on her. Put it on, baby. Hey, come on, come on. Put those hands together. Come on. Our last dance up top. This is our last dance to love. You know, by the time I was 15 years old, my mother handed me some, and she said, Cheaza, I'm gonna teach you something, and dear like it, Tina. But first, you have to start it off nice and easy. By the time you get to the end of the song, it's gonna be nice and what? Nice and rough. So, who out here knows Proud Mary? I said, who knows Proud Mary? Are you ready for Proud Mary? Get ready. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the wind.
Cheaza is so damn good. What a show, man. Like, not good for a cruise ship good. Good for anywhere good. Incredible entertainer. So talented. We are in here hanging. I gotta talk loudly over the music, because this is definitely gonna get me in trouble with YouTube if I don't talk well over it. We are hanging out in the theater because the Liars Club is next. And so basically what that is they're gonna give us a word that most people should not know what it is, and they'll each give us a story as to what the word means, and we have to pick which one is telling the truth and which ones are telling a lie. One of my favorite game shows on the cruise ships, and it is worth staying up for because the captain is participating and the cruise director, so it should be pretty fun. So we will check it out, and then it'll be bedtime. Tomorrow is Palma de Mallorca, one of my favorite ports from our first Mediterranean cruise, and I'm excited to explore it with you guys.
As I told you, very serious person. Yes. The first word is Tita.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. When I was younger, my parents sent me to boarding school, Lady St. John Smythe's Preparatory School for Girls. And whilst I was there, I learnt the meaning of this word, because I had a very dear friend called Charlotte. And Charlotte was fantastically talented, great singer, great dancer, great actress. But she lacked two things in the upper breasticle area. And Charlotte wanted to increase her assets without going under the knife. So she went to Harley Street, which is a very exclusive row of doctors in London, and she went to see a doctor called Dr. Wang. She explained the situation. And Dr. Wang said, that's very easy. All you have to
1 year is every morning the first thing you do when you wake up is firmly tap your chest and say, "Ooby dooby dooby, give me big booby." And after 1 year, you'll see a marked increase in your upper breasticle area. So Charlotte went away. She did this every morning, days turned into weeks, turned into months, every day of doing her morning routine. And on the very last day of the year, she received a call from her agent that awoke her from her bed. And he said, "Charlotte, I have the most perfect part for you, but you must get to the audition now, as soon as you can." So Charlotte jumped out of bed, she threw on her clothes, grabbed her belongings, ran down the road, jumped on the number 59 bus, London rush hour, to take her to her audition. As she sat on this packed, full number 59 bus, she realised she hadn't done her routine. And she thought to herself, "I've done this for 364 days. I must do it today." So Charlotte stood up on this full bus. She removed her blouse. She removed her brassiere. And she said, "Ooby dooby dooby, give me big booby." And a man at the back of the bus said, "You go to Dr. Wang, don't you?" She said, "Yes. How do you know?" He said, "Hickory dickory dock." Don't worry, your wife will explain it to you.
Let's start with you. So, you all heard already. I really like men. I don't have one, but I really like men, you know. I'm looking for one. And you know, when the man talks dirty to the woman, it's usually called a sexual harassment. Correct, Captain?
No comment.
But when the girl talks dirty to the man, it's usually $7 per minute. Correct?
Actually, it's $10 per minute.
I still charge the old prices, so I've got the job to do in 30 minutes. The side job. And actually, so the word aporsexia brings me back to my times when I was a little girl back in Ukraine with my family, having a lovely breakfast. I think I was around 6 or 7 years old. So at the breakfast was my parents, my grandparents, and me. And then already at that age, I don't remember, 6 or 7, I could see that my breasts were growing. I know, yes, don't be surprised. I'm from Ukraine. Because of Chernobyl, we're a little bit advanced. Normal. But I noticed that my breasts look different from my mom and my grandma. So of course, being a curious girl, I asked my grandfather, since he's the oldest and the wisest, are there different types of the female breasts? And he said, "Yes, Mariana, look, when you're gonna be in your 20s, you're gonna have a breast like a melon, round and firm. Later on, when you're gonna move into your 40s, your breast will be like a pear. Round, but little bit hanging, little bit. But then later on, originally, officially, you're gonna turn into 70, like your grandma. And then your breast will be like onion." I was like, "What do you mean with onion?" He's like, "Yeah, when you see it, you just wanna cry." My grandma didn't like it. She said, "You know what, Mariana, I have a feeling you're gonna like men. So let me talk to you about the male members. Because you need to be prepared, since you're gonna like men, you need to know." So she said, "Mariana, when you're gonna meet a guy in his 20s, his male member will be like oak tree, mighty and hard. Eventually your man's gonna move into his 40s, and then his male member will be like a banana, flexible but still reliable. But then later on, your man's gonna turn into the 70, like your grandfather. And then his mama will be like Christmas tree. I was like, what do you mean with Christmas tree? Yes, from the top to the bottom, completely dead. Comes out only once per year. And the balls are just for decoration. And Aproxexia is actually the last name of my grandmother. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Mariana.
Archery. You know, I'm Greek, so this is another Greek word. And actually, I have to tell you, in Greece we have a mountain, the mountain Olympus. It's a very famous mountain that used to be the house of the gods, of Zeus, Hera, Artemis, etc. Now, the Greeks, they found out up there a herb. They discovered a herb. The name of the herb was Archery. And they realized that if they make a tea out of it, and they pour some red wine inside and they drink it, they do nice orgies. That's why Greeks were famous for their orgies. We had the god Eros protecting the orgies, Dionysus was protecting them. Later on, when the Romans came in Greece, they kept drinking Archery and they kept doing orgies as well. They had the god of Vakthos at that time, the Romans. But anyway, the Greeks, being great mariners, they started traveling around the world. They passed through the Caribbean, they ended up in Mexico, and they introduced Archery to Mexico. Now, of course, the Mexicans started drinking the tea, but nowadays, around in the 80s, they, let's say, industrialize it, they produce a pill out of it. So, it is the Mexican version of Viagra. The only problem with the pill is that it's a little bit big, so if it gets stuck in your throat, you might end up with a stiff neck for 4 hours. Or sometimes it has some side effects. For example, I just took one before I came. Apparently it grows the wrong end sometimes. But in other words, it's the Mexican version of Viagra, Archery. Thank you.
Thank you.